From the 21st of February to the 18th of December, 1916, this was the bloodiest battle that occurred in World War I between Germany and France, and was one of the battles that took many lives. This battle took place around the fortress of Verdun, in northeastern France, and was sparked by German attempts to break French defenses and significantly weaken their military strength. On February 21, 1916, when German troops launched a major attack on the French defenses at Verdun. This attack was preceded by a very intense artillery bombardment, one of the largest in history up to that time. Over the course of hours, the Germans fired more than 1 million artillery shells at French positions, leveling the battlefield and destroying many of France's initial defenses. After the bombardment, German troops, led by Crown Prince Wilhelm, began to advance towards the French defenses with the aim of capturing the fortifications around Verdun. French troops were taken aback by the scale of the German attack, and several of their positions were captured. Under the command of General Philippe Pétain, the French quickly mobilized reserves and strengthened their defenses at Verdun. In the first few days, France began to defend fiercely despite being under intense pressure. The fighting then developed into a war of attrition, where both sides tried to exhaust the opponent's resources and strength. Verdun became a particularly brutal battlefield, where every inch of land was fiercely contested, creating one of the longest and bloodiest battles. In mid-1916, around June to August, when fighting reached its highest intensity and both sides suffered enormous casualties. The Germans continued to launch massive attacks in the hope of breaking the French defenses and taking Verdun completely. June 1916 saw the peak of the fighting when Fort Vaux, one of France's main fortifications, fell. French troops under the command of Major Sylvain Eugene Raynal defended the fort valiantly for weeks, despite a lack of water supplies and ammunition. After fierce resistance, Fort Vaux finally fell to the Germans, but French defenses slowed the enemy's advance significantly. August 1916 was when the pressure on France began to ease, when the Germans were forced to shift their resources to the Eastern Front and face the Allied offensive in the Battle of the Somme. This gave the French a chance to begin counterattacking, although their defenses remained under heavy attack.